Hello everyone, 0635 here, and I wanted to talk about the items that arrived today. In the previous video, I didn't talk about too much because I was just too excited, but I want to go into a little bit of more detail about these. So, we'll start with the Elmo skin here. So this came with a little note that says, pre-production Elmo skin with guitar and tag. And here's the skin itself with a little tag with itself. So what I think this skin right here is, it looks like this did come off from a, I guess, built Elmo at some point or so. It was one that I guess they just didn't fully complete, or I'm not entirely sure because this one was very weird. I'm guessing they were like testing this because I think they said they had a needs a security tie to the collar, so like a zip tie would go around the collar area. At least that's what I think that means. I think Ernie has one. No, Ernie does not have one. But it's interesting because if you look up photos of the Rockin guitar Elmo, you'll notice that the bar here is painted silver. That's usually painted silver. And of course, as you can tell here, it is not. And this is, of course, the solid plastics is like all genuine made parts. And it looks like at one point this was already on here, and then it just decided to just unstitch it. I'm not too sure like what the full story behind this is, because all I know is the original store who had these before they got sold to somebody else and then to me said these were obtained from a employee that worked with the company. Which company, Tyco or Fisher Price? Probably both, which is why they have these three. Although we don't know what he is. He's a little different. Me and my friend Ivan are still discussing of like what the heck this one could be. And if you've seen the demonstration videos of him, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah. So another thing that's interesting is the eyes for this one. If I can get it flipped up. It's all produced parts. These are just like samples and testing. If I can get the eyes. The eyes were originally flipped up, but I just decided to flip them down. And now they're kind of stuck. But there we go. As you can tell, they're not painted. You can see where the outlines of the pupils are, but they are not painted at all. And of course, there is no electronics inside the guitar. It's just mechanical bits. The only electronic piece inside is actually a speaker that actually doesn't look like ever had any solder on it, from what I can tell. It might have, because I see some flux, a little bit of flux. But I'm not sure why the arm here is ripped, but that's just how it's been. So that's the skin portion. This is a sample of the skin. They were testing it and everything. As we all know, with these prototypes, there's at least three that I know of. There's the Elmo that was at Toy Fair. That's in the same position as the Ernie. You've got, of course, Ernie. And then the other one is the one that was in their commercial. The commercial Rockin' Guitar Elmo looked much different. Guitar had more paint details on it. It had a cord that was stuck right here, so I wonder if maybe all the cables went through that, or if it had like a little control box that was hidden. Elmo's shoes were different. They didn't look like that. And it would play the extended version of the song, which in the produced ones, they shortened it for no apparent reason, which I wish it would have extended because it actually sounded really cool. So that's him. Now we move on to Ernie, literally the ticket of this whole purchase. So with Ernie here, all I know is he was only released in Spanish. Someone has told me there's an English version. I have not seen the English version. But all I can say is I was hoping this would have been either an English variant or Spanish. Well, unfortunately, if you, like I said, if you watch the other video, that's not the case. This one here is a very, very early prototype of the Rockin' Guitar Ernie. As in, what states it is the fact that it says number 1 on his board box. And it even says number 1, number 1 on his back cover. And even on the inside of his feet, like the shells of his feet, says 1 as well. So this is a very early prototype Ernie, where of course it's holding the guitar this way. The eyes for the guitar actually come this way. They don't go like how with the produced one the eyes will go up, like they spin this way. This one here, they spin the opposite way, which is very interesting. And around the mouth area, you'll see it looks like he has what looks like a tongue Right there in the middle looks like a tongue. The produced one does not have that. And something I will mention is all of this is like just about what feels resin. The box is resin. The shoes feel resin, like the bottoms and everything. I mean, look at this. Look how crude that is. And produced one does not look nothing like that. I wish I had a produced one so I could compare them, but can't find one at a reasonable price. People want $100 for one, so yeah, that's not happening. And even his legs are actually painted too. They're orange, which I'm not sure if in the produced one they're orange as well. But he feels like very, very finished in some form. Like, I mean, the fabric feels solid, but so I'd say he's super early. It's because I guess at the time period when they created Ernie, and maybe Elmo already had bored with the song or whatever song choice they chose, because in the Toy Fair photo, he has the exact same cable sticking out, and more likely behind the cable leads to a control box exactly like this. Number-wise, I don't know. Song-wise, I don't know. I found photos of the Toy Fair of '08, but cannot find videos of Toy Fair of '08 or pretty much '07. So I might take a little look and see. But if you look up Toy Fair or maybe Sesame Street Toy Fair 2008 on Google Images, you'll find the image I'm talking about. But yeah, so with this Ernie here, he actually has the board of the Pizza Elmo, which is very crazy, but also makes sense due to the fact that the Pizza Elmo was the first one they made with where Elmo interacts with a item of some sort. Because in that case, it was a pizza. Now it's a guitar. Now, of course, it's kind of interesting that they didn't make a Pizza Ernie, but I guess that would have been a little weird. So with Ernie, they didn't have a board for him made or anything, so they just used a stock board. And of course, I've had some images of his Pizza Elmo when he was working on it, and the board is the exact same thing. It's a produced board, but the rest is not. Everything is prototype. So without further ado, let me show what he does. And something I will say, as much as it might pain for some people to hear this, I did do some alterations to this, only to get it to work properly. Speaker wise, I think the speaker inside of him is dead, or he does not have a speaker. I do not know. Honestly, you actually can't even tell without the sound. If I didn't have sound through him going, you would think he would be in sync with the song like that Elmo or the song that Ernie plays, but in this case, it's actually Pizza. Whatchamacallit. So I didn't want to undo any of the stitching of the toy. I wanted to leave it as it is there, so I came through here, soldered some wires to the board for the speaker connection at a harness, so now he has external sound. And normally, if you saw in the previous video, the actions were reversed, where Elmo is the guitar and the pizza is pretty much Ernie. I flipped the motor wires around and it works much, much better, and it's a little more better in my opinion. So without further ado, here is the Ernie.
Hey, Elmo!
What, Mr. Pizza?
Do you know why pizzas shouldn't tell jokes?
No, why?
They're really cheesy!
Oh, that's silly.
So the only reason he tends to continue to move is because I don't think he has a relay. I know with the Pizza Elmo there is a relay, but I guess given different mechs around here, this one doesn't have it.
Let's sing the pizza song together. The pie is made with dough and then we throw it into the air.
Into the air!
Yeah, soon we'll add some sauce and then some cheeses, and then we bake.
Just like a cake!
Yummy, yummy, that's a pizza pie.
Yummy, yummy, you toss me in the sky!
Pizza pie is very nice, it's good to eat them by the slice. Yummy, yummy, yum,
Making pizza so much fun!
Hey, who ordered the talking pizza? Let's sing the pizza song together. The pie is made with dough and then we throw it into the air.
Into the air!
Yeah, soon we'll add some sauce and then some cheeses, and then we bake.
Just like a cake!
Yummy, yummy, that's a pizza pie.
Yummy, yummy, you toss me in the
A
sky.
pizza pie is very nice. It's good to eat them by the slice.
Yummy, yummy, yum, making pizza so much fun.
Hey, who ordered the talking pizza?
Anyways, that's all I have to show. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. And something I do want to mention is both of these pieces right here will be for sale. He's going to be the first one to test the water, see if there's interest in any of these prototypes. He's the only one I'm keeping. But if there's no interest in the skin, I'm going to keep it. That's one thing for sure. The Elmo here, I won't keep because I already have one. I like how he sounds, but I want to see if I can at least, maybe someone out there might be interested, may want to own a part of history. That is this trio. Anyways, see y'all in the next one.